everybody. Welcome to Afternoon with Coffee. I'm your host, Carolyn Kofi, and I'm here to give your day the kick that it needs. I'm so excited for the show today. We have one of my favorite people coming to catch up and tell us all the big things that she's doing. So without any further ado, I want to introduce none other than Caroline Coffee. It's so good to see you. I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome. Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here and see you. So, Caroline, we hear you're just finishing up the school year and you have a ton of big projects going on. Let's hear a little bit more about it. Yes, I'm so excited to be finishing my first year at Texas Christian University, mostly because I'm off to the Ken Film Festival. I was accepted into the student event planning program that they have there, so I'm going to get to learn all about the industry, meet so many professionals, and I even get to speak and practice some French. I don't really get to do that in Texas, so it's going to be a good time. Well, that's cool, a program in event planning? I'm taking you might have an interest in that. Oh, I definitely do. I've always kind of had a knack for event planning. You should have seen my birthday parties as a kid. But it definitely came into play when I was a freshman at Fordham University. I was the programmer for my hall. And one of the best events that I did was the haunted house, which was a budget of $200 to turn the entire first floor into the craziest fun house anybody's ever seen. And I went full Martha Stewart on it. I did everything I could with $200 and a glue gun. You know, I actually think I saw some footage of that. Why don't we take a peek?
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at all of that. One of my favorite parts about it was that all the profits went towards this amazing nonprofit called Be Positive for pediatric cancer research. And it ended up being one of the most profitable events that we had done that year. I mean, I have to ask, are there any specific clients that you've just dreamed of working with? You know, I originally was all for Southwest. I love their loyalty to their customers and how great they've done with rebranding in the last 5 years. But as of this week, I actually just changed it to Taco Bell. And I'm actually doing a huge project in one of my advertising classes on analyzing their advertising methods. And Taco Bell is the most creative company I've seen thus far. They're across all social media platforms, the most creative, different, distinguishable. You know, I have to say, one of my favorite ad campaigns that they did was the Cinco de Mayo Snapchat filter. Anybody? And I loved it because it was the most engaging way to reach their clientele, and how entertaining to bring such a great holiday into their cuisine. It's something that I find entertaining even if I didn't like Taco Bell, but I love Taco Bell. Well, who doesn't love a good crunch wrap? Speaking of, we have crunch wraps for everybody in the audience. That's right, you get a crunch wrap, you get a crunch wrap, you get a crunch wrap. Well, yeah, one of my favorite parts about Taco Bell is how engaging they are with their customers. It's actually part of why I love event planning. It's one of the best ways that you can really get to know your clientele. I'm actually looking at this internship right now with Onboard Experiential. They're in Sausalito, LA, all over, and they specialize in experiential marketing. Okay, is there anything specific that you think you can bring to their team? Like, what do you think separates you? I actually read on Onboard's website that they're an East Coast pace with a West Coast mentality, and I don't think I could relate to that anymore. I spent a year, my freshman year, in New York, and even though it didn't work out, one of the things I really had to get acclimated to was the pace and keeping up with the competitive environment they have out there. And that was a skill that really took a lot of work. But what made me end up wanting to leave was my West Coast mentality, my drive to be different, to think outside the box, to be creative. And I think that the fact that OB works with that sort of hybrid is really important, especially because they're representing so many different clients across the country. So what do you think you want to get out of the internship experience that you have with them? Well, one of the things, like I said, that I'm gonna get out of Ken is that I'm gonna get so much more experience working in the event planning industry, and that's exactly what I want out of this internship. I want to work the extra hours at the events. I want to put in the extra time and learn as much as I can in each of the branches, because there's so many different aspects to it. But what I really am excited about with On Board is that they have such a great creative side, and I want to get involved with copywriting and analyzing trends and really creating a campaign from the ground floor up. Caroline, that's so fantastic, you know, and I think we should celebrate that with a game. Oh, I love games. Okay, Caroline, so we're gonna play this game. It's a wedding and bridal shower favorite. And for our purposes, we're gonna use it to test how well we think we know you and how well you know yourself. So you're gonna take this whiteboard and you're gonna write the answers, and then we'll put it to the test. Okay, I think I have it down. I think I can do it. So first question, what is a word that best describes you? Okay, I go first? All right. I like to think that I'm tenacious. Whenever I have an idea or vision in my head, I really just go for it. I am always motivated to get the job done, especially the right way, and really, if that means staying up all night, going the extra mile, I'm there for it. Well, okay, I agree, but I also have to disagree because I think you're more imaginative. Judged by all of the work that you've done and how much you appreciate brands that really like to think outside the box, I think you more are one who leans towards the creative side and one who likes to be a visionary, expressive, have you. Okay, Carolyn, I like to think that I'm creative too. So then why don't we just add a little sub-point here that I am also very flexible, because whenever I have a creative idea or vision, I also make sure to leave room for other people's input, because more or less that always makes the final product that much better. Okay, Caroline, I'm so sorry, but that's all the time that we have. But On Board, if you're out there listening, I think you and Caroline can do a lot for each other. So with that, everybody, have a good afternoon.